Hi Aries, welcome to your May You versus Them Love Tarot reading. So Aries, we're looking at the energy between you and whoever the person is on your mind or you're dealing with or whatever the situation is. And we're just going to be looking at the energies between you right now and what you need to know. So Aries, we got two tarot decks, so I'm going to do two separate sides. I'll put you here, Aries, your person here, but if you need to switch energies around at any time, please feel free. And this is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, heavy placements, cross watchers, male or female, general collective reading. But welcome in, Aries, welcome in. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe and healthy at this time. If you are new or returning, welcome in and thank you. My name is Mary, and this is Sunlight Insight Tarot. And remember, Aries, all readings should be considered timeless. This is just when the messages come out. And we have the True Love reading cards. So we're going to get two for you, two for them, see what's going on, and then we're going to do two separate readings. And if you do find this reading heavily resonates for you, there'll be an extended reading, and I'll tell you about that at the end of this reading. So let's see what we have on this side. Again, this is you. I'm going to read this as you, this them. But if you have to switch it, then, you know, please feel free. Over here we have sexuality. Okay. And spiritual maturity. And on this side we have creativity. And let's see, resolving conflict. Interesting. That's an interesting combination here. So I feel like if this was a very intense connection for you, Aries, that you've grown beyond that. You've matured beyond what this connection was, and now you're more spiritual, you're more in tune, you know, probably ready for more in this connection. And I'm feeling like this person, I don't know, the creativity, I'm kind of feeling like they have a different point of view. Like it may be a little different than yours. They may be a little, I don't want to say out there, but they have like a different way of thinking. That's kind of what I'm getting with this creativity. And maybe creating different reasons why, you know, for their excuses or whatever the case may be. But I do see, you know, however they were dealing with this had been causing conflict, right? So we do have resolving conflict. So they may want to come to some sort of understanding in this connection in some way, somehow. But I think we're just going to jump right to the tarot and see what's going on. All right, Aries. So for your side, we have the Light Seers Tarot. So I'm going to do like two mini readings on each side. And it's always interesting to see if any repeating cards come out. So we got a lot of decks here. We got two separate tarot decks for this reading. And you know I usually do a closing oracle for messages at the end, but we're going to do that at the end of the extended. And then I have a third tarot deck for the extended reading, but I'll tell you about that at the end of this reading. All right. So tell me about Aries energy at this time. What do we need to know? What do we need to know? King of Cups reverse. The Four of Wands reverse. Nine of Pentacles reverse. Interesting. So I could kind of see here, like, you know, you don't want to be single. No, you'd rather be with this person. Four of Wands reverse, though, you're not getting the kind of commitment you want from this person. Now, we do have the King of Cups reverse. I do like the King of Cups reverse better because the King of Cups is very open, vulnerable. In reverse for me, upright, he kind of wears a cloak. Not in this deck, but most decks wears a cloak. He's very reserved. Yeah, he's mature with feelings, but he's just too much of a tightwad. So I do like them better in reverse. So I feel like you were very open and vulnerable with this person, yet you didn't get the kind of stability and commitment you wanted, right? You would rather be with this person and not single, right? Eight of Pentacles. I mean, you want to put in the work in this, right? You want it to work. Perhaps you know this person through work. That doesn't have to be either. So I will mention the signs as I see them, Aries. It can be signs of chart people dealing with. If some signs don't resonate, it's totally fine. You can disregard them. Doesn't mean it's not your reading. Right, what else do we need to know? Aries. Judgment reverse. Ten of Cups reverse. Moon. Yeah, so there's a lot of unknown here. Like you have no clue what's going to happen here, right? Ten of Cups reverse. It's not a happy situation, so you're not happy with the results and how this worked out. And the Judgment in reverse is like you already made up your mind. You've made that judgment call. You know how you feel. You know what you want, right? So you've absolutely know, like you already made that judgment call. But again, didn't get happy results, and now you have no clue, in the dark, like I don't know. I didn't probably see this coming, that it would happen this way, right? So there could be a little fear settling in. You know, it could be drowning in your, you know, feelings right now with all of this going on. We got Pisces and Scorpio. Three of Cups. Yeah, I do feel like this was a lighter, you know, it was kind of casual, the Three of Cups, but, you know, you want what you deserve, right, with justice. Three of Cups for me is like courting, dating, getting to know, being kind of casual. It's nothing serious yet, right? It can also be reuniting, so you would like to come back together with this person. All right, so tell me more, Aries. And you may be deciding here with the Judgment reverse to, you know, maybe release this person. But there's a little bit of fear here too. Definitely did not go the way you thought, right? So let's see, what else do we need to know for Aries? Queen of Cups reverse. Justice. Yeah, you want the kind of love you deserve. You feel like you're not getting it. You may be also feeling, let's get one more here. Yeah, Three of Cups again. You may be feeling like maybe you told this person too soon, that maybe you fell in love with them when it was more casual before. And you could be wondering, did I do the right thing with the Justice card? But you absolutely deserve, you know, what you deserve. There's nothing wrong with that. Truth, clarity, justice, balance, right? So you may have a feeling like something here feels meant to be, but this just didn't go the way I imagined this would go, right? I see you kind of pulling back a little bit with the Queen of Cups. I mean, we do have the King and the Queen here, and you're both in reverse, which means you're a couple, right? Energetically, you're a couple in love with each other, but it's just not on the same wavelength right now. Oh boy, we got Cancer and Libra. Page of Cups. You know, confessions of love. I felt that. Devil reverse. So it didn't come from a negative space, right? You had no tensions of that. But, you know, the Page of Cups can be the confession of love. You know, romantic, sincere gesture. And you were expecting that in return. I feel like it didn't quite go that way. All right, we're going to do one more row for you. Then look a little bit at the bottom of the deck. Then we're going to jump on their side. See what's going on with them. All right, Aries, what else do we need to know? What else do we need to know? Eight of Swords reverse. Five of Cups. Eight of Wands, right? So, like I said, you took action, Eight of Wands. Brave, you know, no holding you back. I'm just going to do it. But then you were left with sadness, lost, regrets, and I did feel that with the Five of Cups. But the Eight of Swords in reverse is good because that's saying not to get stuck in your head about this. And maybe you finally released it. I feel like probably for a time you probably were stuck in your head about it. And if you are, it's important not to do that, as hard as it may be. We've got two eights here. 21, the World. And so you may be wondering, is this the end? Or, you know, could there be a new cycle with the World? Could be a little bit of distance at play. Queen of Swords, yeah, you definitely spoke your truth, right? Hoping for, what, commitment, the Hierophant, or something deeper. That's what you're wishing, hoping for with the Star. But now we're kind of at the stalemate with the Seven of Pentacles, right? Oh boy. Okay, so we have Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio with the World. All right. So let's jump on their side and see what's going on for them, right? All right. So we have the Sun and Moon Tarot for them. Let me push this over here. Sun and Moon Tarot for them. Let's see what's going on for them. What do we need to know about Aries person? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? What's going on with the Aries person? Well, they got Judgment upright. Okay. Judgment upright. The Hermit reverse. Wow, okay. And Justice reverse. Okay, so this person, big major energy on their side. 3 major arcana right out the bat. What's on the bottom? 3 of Wands reverse. This is the right now for me. So right now, they're in the energy of like, okay, yeah, I know I screwed things up. You know, things are unbalanced now. I didn't give Aries what they deserved. I've been withdrawn. I've done a lot of soul searching, but now I'm ready to come out from hiding. I call the Hermit reverse out from hiding, you know, ready to come forward. In Judgment here, again, on their side, but it's upright, is, you know, in that energy of life review, relationship review, healing, forgiving, releasing what needs to be released, wake-up call, answering the call to action, big decision, right? It can be resurrection, things that are meant to be, being called into action here. So it looks like they realize, yeah, I didn't do the right thing here, right? And I need to come forward and do the right thing. So that could be with a resolving conflict. They could be thinking of something creative to do here to, you know, come back to you in some way, if that makes sense. But they could also be someone who is very creative, like they work in the arts of in some way. We got Libra on their side, Libra, Virgo, Scorpio. All right. So tell me more about this person, Aries person. What do we need to know? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? All right, let's see. 8 of Wands. Well, you had it reverse. No, you got it upright right here. 8, 8. So you both have the 8 of Wands. You both have Judgment. Ace of Wands, exciting new beginning. Well, yeah, like we said, sexuality, Ace of Wands, fire, passion, desire. It's still there. It's still there. 9 of Wands. So they're struggling. Let's see what's on the bottom. 9 of Pentacles reverse. Now you had it reverse. This person could be realizing too that they don't want to be single either. I mean, we did have that Hermit in reverse too. Hermit upright for me can be a very, very single energy. But, I mean, we do see taking action, communication, travel. So you could be reaching out with, you know, they could be reaching out communication here. But the thing I struggle with, oh my God, I can't even speak. The thing I think they struggle with is, it does say strength here, holding back their fire, passion, desire. So this may be a really big thing for them, right? But you've matured beyond that. And this is something I feel like they still need to work on. But they also know that, you know, they didn't do the right thing and it's time to do the right thing, right? A lot of 8 showing up here. So let's see. We got 8 to the 9 of Wands. And then this ace would be the 10 of Wands, which would be, you know, new beginnings. 10 endings and new beginnings. But let's see. So tell me more about Aries person. What do we need to know? What do we need to know? All right, let's see. All right, Aries person, what do we need to know? Why is all this here? 5 of Cups. Well, they feel sad, lost, and lonely too. You both have the 5 of Cups. The Empress. Well, they do see you as an Empress. Emperor, Empress, whatever it is for you. King of Cups. Now you got it in reverse. This is upright. So yeah, they knew, like we said, like I talked about the King of Cups, they knew they've been kind of holding their love back, being kind of a tightwad, right? And it's like in hindsight, you know, they're holding that cup out towards the Empress as they're going, you know, kind of going in the opposite direction, knowing in hindsight, is it too late now to offer it? You know, it's kind of like going past and then turning back and saying, well, I didn't offer it, maybe I should, and then reaching back. And you can see the Empress looking, and it's like, is it too late now? Can I offer it now? Right? Could be a new beginning, too, with the Empress. So, like, oh, yeah, now, you know, I know now the Empress deserves this. Why didn't I give it to her before? Him, her, them. Is it too late, right? So they have sad, loss, regret energy, too. Okay, we got Pisces, Libra, Taurus. Aries. Let's see. Three of Cups reverse. So you definitely see, now I said with the Three of Cups are bright. We had it on your side. What, on the bottom of the deck, I think. That's my kind of casual courting, dating, you know, and they know it has to be more than that with the Three of Cups reverse, right? Knight of Pentacles reverse. They know they're going to take action soon because this Knight of Pentacles in reverse turns the slowest night to the fastest night. Look, they got the World too. So it's either this is going to be done or they got to come in for the new beginning, a new cycle, right? And they better do it soon, right? So they know that. They're stressed out, Nine of Swords. So I feel they know that you're not going to wait forever, right? Because we can kind of see you getting, like, I'm over it already, right? All right, Aries. So we're going to do one more row with this person with a little more clarifying on the bottom of their deck. Then we're going to jump into the extended. But if it's resonating for you here, please do like, comment, all the good things. Be greatly, greatly appreciated. All right. So is this person going to come forward? Like, what else do we need to know about their energy? Aries person. What do we need to know? Seven of Pentacles. Again, they're stalemate. And I believe we've seen that on the bottom of your deck. King of Wands, though, does take the lead, take charge, takes action. You know, fiery, brave, strong. This could be you, Aries. The King is technically Leo for me, but it can be any fire sign, so that can represent you. So yeah, so they're stressed out about taking action. It's like, it's been stalemate here for a while, right? I got to take action. I'm a little stressed out about it, right? Because I know I sabotaged the whole thing. And I know Aries feels like they've been stabbed in the back. But, you know, something has to move forward here in a positive way with the Six of Swords. And all I've been doing is running out of fear. You know, self-deceit, wearing a mask, right? Not doing the right thing. It's time for a new cycle. Wheel of Fortune, fate, destiny, divine timing. Feeling like, you know, it's time. And we do have our Emperor on the top, on the bottom here, which is Aries, right? So look at that. We have the Empress and the Emperor. Realizing, you know what? This is a couple that's supposed to be together. What was I doing? The Tower. There's the big shift, the wake-up call, shock, surprise, revelations right now, right? Obviously, the way it's going right now is not successful. Six of Wands reverse. So they could be rushing in here. Knight of Cups. Forward movement in love. To manifest this, right? To give back equally, Six of Pentacles. Right? And there's the conflict, resolving conflict, Five of Wands. And there's the Queen of Wands, which is you, match to the King. So Aries, we are going to go to the extended now. And we got quite a bit to look into. So we have the Tarot de la Nuit, the extended, and then we have the Lover's Oracle for like love messages on each side, or it could be advice and guidance for the whole connection. We'll pull those at the end of the extended. But if you're interested in the extended, we're definitely going to look at the combined energy here. We're going to look at what's it going to look like coming together in the here and now and moving forward, what you need to know. Is it going to work? Is it not going to work? What are the energies? You know, are there intentions? You know, we may pull a little bit on each side and then a combined energy. I'll see when I get there, but we're going to look a lot deeper, right? In the here and now, moving forward, and what you need to know, and advice and guidance, and the love messages at the end. So if that's something that you're interested in, my Patreon link is down below. You can check that out. You can either do a one-time purchase or become a member, whatever suits you best. Or if you would like a private reading, my Etsy shop is below. Lots of readings to browse through, so check that out. Description box has absolutely everything you need, info, links, everything. So if I see you on the other side, I'll see you on the other side. If not, this is where it ends for you. I do hope it helped, it resonated, and I am wishing you the best, and I shall see you next time.